take you all around these parts, boy, let's take a ride. Yeah, I put that on Wayne, that's on Shade of God. 12 o'clock on Banshees, that's how we making time. You might see squad, cause bikes bring bonds. I'm like, they gotta know the boys from Harlem to Baltimore. You can hear the went by the plastic scraping on the floor. I'm trying to show them more than posting at that corner store. You just gotta hit the gas, homie, all in all. I know this bike life, I know what this life like. I'm flipping that throttle, streets got me feeling like Mike. Right, I'm talking Nate Fab to Cherry Hill. For years they heard about the stories and we legends still. Let's take a ride, from my side to your side. Let's take this worldwide. Let's take a ride, ooh, let's take a ride. Oh, this for Willie Wayne and this for Shay. Let's take a ride, ooh, let's take a ride.
Yo.
Mic check.
Double mic check.
Okay, cool.
Cause they be checking us on YouTube heavily about the damn microphone.
Hey, we got a brother of yours.
He your brother too, Nick?
Yeah, now.
Okay.
A famous slingshot rider.
Wheelchairs.
Famous slingshot rider. No, call that man out here though.
Yo, Kirk, let's go, boy.
He done grew some hair.
He done grew. He got his dancing shirt on.
Yeah, man, I only go to slingshot one fucking year.
Nah,
it was 1 year. One year. I did it one season,
and
one ride. Not even 1 year. I rode it for one ride out.
Right, so just pull up.
What did it get you?
Get closer to the microphone.
That shit got me locked the fuck up.
Exactly. My point is that.
Yo, Kirk, welcome back to Let's Take a Ride. Well, welcome to Let's Take a Ride, and welcome to We Can't Tell a Location.
Say welcome back.
Welcome back home. Welcome back home. Is that what you want to say? Welcome back to the city.
Welcome back home, Kirk.
Welcome back to our circle.
Yeah, welcome back to the circle.
We ain't seen your ass in a while.
I'm gonna let Wayne take lead out.
I just be working.
All right, well,
yeah, we know you.
But we always talking.
Make sure you speak in his mic.
We always talking. Yo, we always talking though. I mean, I'm working. I gotta stop having babies.
This a bike show, man. Chill.
Bikes and babies. You said it's bigger than bikes.
All your
right?
kids gonna ride?
No.
Why not?
Negative.
Why not?
What's wrong with the kids riding?
I don't want them burnt up like my ass was. Falling, sliding, cutting shit up.
They
No.
can do that without a bike though.
Do you mean your son don't ride and all them bikes you got in the garage?
But I don't want all my kids to ride. I'm not. I think about how I used to drive my mama crazy. I don't wish that on nobody.
My kids had bikes at the age of 4.
Yeah.
Come on, Kirk. That don't make no sense. You got a garage full of toys.
I don't want. You asking me? Do I want my kids to ride? Hell.
But are they allowed to ride?
I mean, they got a 4-wheeler car. Yeah. But do I want all my kids to ride? Hell no.
I mean, if they choose to ride, you gonna stop?
I'm gonna help them. I'm buying my bike.
Because Kai has some toys.
I brought Kai a lot of bikes.
Kai come to Baltimore.
Yeah, I brought Kai a lot of bikes.
He gonna come hang with my son and
but I'm talking about
he gonna come. We gonna send him back nice, and he gonna come straight for you to put you in some eggs.
He could take me down if he young. Listen. My goals are different. My goals is I got some shit in my eye view right now, but Kai don't want it.
All right, well, look, we're going to speed this up, man. Let's get right to it. So, Kirk.
Damn, y'all want little Kai to come try to get me?
Kai
that's what's going on lately.
Kai gonna call you up for
eggs. The kids been calling us out lately. You know, my son on my ass right now. Got Champagne, his son on his ass right now. You know what I mean? The kids is on our ass. I got a little 13-year-old on Baltimore. He doing miles, not blocks.
Miles. Little Nick doing miles. Little Nick got 3 miles.
He been taking out adults all day, putting them in eggs.
Damn.
So, yeah, the kids is taking over.
I don't know. My 13-year-old doing miles, I'll be kind of mad. Shit, goddamn.
Yo, Kirk, let's get into this history. All right, so let's set this up straight. Let's get straight to it. You are from Harlem, though, right?
Of course.
And we just want to make sure. You've been in the A for a long damn time.
I'm there. I'm back and forth. But, I mean, you know, born and raised in New York. I mean, I've been in Atlanta for a long time. You're right. I left in 88.
88?
But, I mean, come on.
You left in 88?
I left in 88.
Damn. They said your Harlem pass is revoked.
Nah, I never. Just never.
They said
it expired.
You got to renew it.
Never expired. Frost got a lot of weight in the streets of Harlem.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
I need to. Is that?
Now we got, so Kirk, what was the culture like riding before you left? Break this down and make sure you speak it to the mic clearly so the people can hear you.
It's hard to kind of go back and think about the culture. The culture was. It was everyday life. Like we lived it. Like we got up in the morning. We did a few things. We planned some shit out. We got together and we rode bikes. But we got together and rode bikes as a what was it? What was it?
It wasn't opaque.
Yeah, it was like
6 of us.
We all had like different walks of life. Like everybody was getting their money. We was all doing our shit. But when it came down to that bike time, we did that shit 100%. Like it's different now. I mean, everybody piled up as a bunch of packs and all that shit. But for us, it was more special. I love the fact when we was riding to the rink or riding to Rooftop, the Rucker. You know, like we shook down. We had to hit 55th.
We didn't ride to the rink.
No.
You mean the cars and stuff, going to the rink and then coming back.
But I'm saying the bike, Skate Key, excuse me, the Bronx.
Right.
But we did fuck with the rink with the cars and all that shit. But I love the fact we shook shit down. It wasn't like just, I don't know. I feel like what we do now is that what we just did was a little too much for me. It was too much for me, yo.
For that big ride out?
Yo, I love the fact that we came and we rode for X. I love that. But I mean, that highway action.
It was that Al Capone, man.
I heard y'all talking the story that you and Al was going at it. You and Al Capone was going at it and nobody wanted to drop the wheel, and both of y'all got hit by cars.
Same car.
The same.
Yeah, tell us that story.
2 for 1 special.
Same car. You know what? Of course, in all respect, Al was definitely nicer than. At a point in time, Al was definitely the nicest one in the crew at that point in time, hands down. In my opinion, he was definitely one of the nicest one of us at that point. But at the same time, I was in Atlanta where it was a lot more space. I had a lot more time, you know, and I was riding different bikes. So, friendly competition. You know, when I was talking, you know, Al talk shit.
In a nutshell, you saying you passed him. That's what you saying?
You know
saying
what?
You passed him.
No, I'm not even going to say that because Al still could ride. You know what I'm saying? He can ride better than me probably right now.
Because we could say he definitely passed Shay. Shay said he told him
I
the back
gave
brake.
both of them.
Shay told him the back
both
brake.
Both of the whole
and
time
he
out.
passed him.
He got the back brake from me as well.
I did.
I told them both.
I think it was in Atlanta.
And then you let him pass you.
Right?
Yeah, and then y'all just.
But I polished my skills when I went to Atlanta because I had that time. It was just boring. You know, when you sitting around, the city is something to do all fucking day. So you ain't even got the space. So for me in Atlanta, I had a lot more space, a lot more time. And after, you know, I mean, when I say mastered that shit, I mean, I did what I wanted to do on the bike. I put it down when I felt like it. I turned the corner. I did anything I wanted to do on the bike. One hand, everything. So it went from that. Definitely was rocking the Banshees, doing what I wanted to.
What year was that when you raised the bar in Atlanta? Because you kind of put the dirt bike culture on in Atlanta. Would you agree?
Of course, first one. For me, ain't nobody else had none of that shit down there, period. So.
No, I haven't. I didn't see.
And what year was that?
No Banshees, no four-wheelers, no dirt bikes, nothing in the streets.
89?
About 89.
About 89.
89. And the great part for me was just having the fun and just, you know, just being wide open on the roads. And y'all coming down there. Like, y'all, you and Al and more. Everybody was coming. Junior Black was coming down there. Bay was down there. Fucking Arleek was down there. Everybody was coming down. So it was dope to bring what we was doing in New York down there. We was doing that shit in the streets of Atlanta, and they was looking at us like we was fucking crazy. And it was a special time for me because it was like I felt like I was getting some of the New York swag in Atlanta. It was it was real cool for me.
Well, you raised the bar on the A, but and you was rocking the 250s first in the city. I think you was rocking the 250s first in the city because you came back from the A on the 250.
Came back.
I was
on
like, damn, Kirk got the 250.
Stroke. I always felt like the 125 for me at that point in time. It didn't feel like, and I no disrespect to it because you got it. The 125 now is not the same 125 it was back then. The 125 was a lot weaker. The 125 now is a 125. Feel good.
Do you remember YZ's was corny as shit back in the day?
It was the slowest bike out the whole pack.
Now them shits is lit.
Now they took over.
It's the best bike out the whole shit.
They took over.
So the 125 was. I didn't like the fact when you had tried to do the wheelie, you had to almost pull that motherfucker up.
Yeah, it didn't have no fire.
Yeah,
but look, I want to ask a question to you, Wayne, because you a mechanic, for real. Now, but Kirk, you can answer this question as well. Rest in peace, Little Tone had the fastest 88 CR in the planet.
You know that? Hold up. That always been, like, I ain't going to say it a rumor, but they always said the 88 and the 89 CR was the fastest bike ever made.
Now, what's your take?
But mechanically, it was nothing different about it.
But why was it so hyped to be so fast?
I have no idea.
Tone, yo, Kirk, be for real.
That bike was
Little
fast.
Tone
I
bike
have no
was
idea.
so
But
fucking
that's
fast.
just the rumor around the world. 88, 89 CR, they always say it was the fastest.
That shit,
the
That shit
fastest
was
ever.
fast. I don't
is-
know. Yo, you know what? That bike, I ain't even like riding it.
Yeah. Let's make the streets great again. I ain't got no time for no hater, yeah, I'm lit. Niggas like, bro, he be on some other shit. Catch me in the post, they ain't talking about a flick. Tryna get these bags up, nigga, come check the drip, 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 drip. I'm Fendi'd out, check the drip, 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 drip. Bloody bottles, check the drip, 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 drip. New timer, check the drip, 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 drip. I keep it live. Come take the city with me, I'm bringing Billies with me. I'm spending these millies with me, like I'm bringing Diddy with me. Second coming to be out, man, he came and see.
I used to ride the KX.
We always laughed at the CRs, the 89 CRs, because back then you'll see you used to say it was two of them. You see the one with the back fender sticking up like this,
Right,
and then you see the one with the regular fender. And they kept saying that it was two different ones. We like, nah, it's not two different ones. Somebody just fell off of that one, and the fender's sticking up now because the bike was so powerful back then. It was
Throw
busting
you
their
right
ass.
off.
Yeah.
It was something about the power band too. It
was
felt
just
real.
unpredictable.
Yeah, it was
They
so
actually-
smooth, but so wild.
They actually wrote mechanical wise that I did figure out in the future. The cylinder back then on those older CRs from 87 to 95 was made out of a different metal, and so was the piston and rings was made out. Because you remember they was tanks, they would never break. Like even when the piston and rings was going up, you can still jump start it and it was still run and have all this power. But then when in 96, when they changed the frame, the forks, everything on it, cylinders, exhaust systems, they changed the whole dynamics of the bike. They made it thicker, they made it heavier, and they downgraded the power in it.
So
Didn't you have a
that's
big
what it
wheel
was.
KX back in the day?
It had
To get,
That was
Was
just
it
my
a-
shit. I used to always buy big wheel kegs.
You had a big wheel KX.
Yeah, mine stood up higher.
With
It
the-
looked bigger.
With the
It
little
just looked
spongy,
bigger.
little spongy fork things on the
Yeah,
front.
it looked bigger. It looked bigger, which was crazy.
So, okay, I mean, you know, you're definitely a historian. You're definitely from Harlem. You're definitely from the era riding bikes. I debate with a lot of people over packs, right? For packs of wear now. And I'm like, yo, in our era riding, me, you, Al Capone, Shaheed, all of us, you know, whatever. Would you agree with me there was no more than 8 to 10 tops?
Definitely, that was big,
8 to 10 was tops.
and people couldn't even afford bikes like that.
Thank
though.
you. Thank you.
Like-
Thank you.
That wasn't even.
How you got a 10 pack out of New
like,
York City?
yeah, like-
a 10 pack.
That don't even
That-
sound right. Up here, so many goddamn
But nobody
people.
could really afford bikes.
Yeah, I
I mean,
understand, but it's,
you
it's
gotta
like
realize-
New York is so big. It just seemed like you would be able to get more than 10.
10.
But this is the very beginning of the era. This is like writing the history of people even understanding that they wild. It was very
Kirk.
special. It was special to see a dirt bike ride down the street. It wasn't like this shit now is like fucking roaches on the walls. It's like they every fucking where. It wasn't like that. It was like when we pulled them joints out. What would be the word? It was like Apollo night. We pulled them shits out in the right moments all the time. It wasn't just like, and it was just
Something
it
had
wasn't
to be pop-
Yeah,
something
it was,
had to
and
be
it wasn't a
popping.
lot of. It wasn't no matter what. It wasn't a lot of people that had it. That's like somebody saying at that point in time, everybody had Ferraris. Everybody wasn't getting that bike money to buy a bike. It wasn't like that. You had to really, we had bikes, cars, and everything. So we were the young group, but we had the shit that the OGs had. So we were the young boys who had that shit coming up, but it wasn't just that many of them. It just, it just became outrageous at this point now.
Now, I remember I had a guy down my way from 89 to 92. All right, they always had a pack of bikes. They was the guys getting the money. And when they used to come up the avenue, I used to be sitting on my grandmother's porch, and they used to come in a pack. They had a pack at the time. And that pack used to be divided by what you ride. Like the CRs would be in the front, like the Flying V. The CRs is in the front, the KX is on this side, the Suzuki's on this side. You know what I mean? The Yamaha's in the back. They had a Flying V. And you used to be sitting there like, what the hell, y'all organized like that? Like, that used to be crazy.
That's crazy.
That's early. They had that kind of money out there.
Yeah.
We all talking about Baltimore.
I'm not gonna name no
We all
names, but
talking about
they
Baltimore.
was doing a lot of different things down there.
We can't display that. We all talking about the city.
Hey, listen, that's early though.
And look. And not to jump off subject, but a few of those guys that I'm talking about in that pack, DMX actually robbed a few of them. Back when he used to live in Baltimore.
What street DMX was from?
He used to be around Landville a lot.
But your uncle and them what?
Yeah, where my cousins and all that. Used to be around there, like Landville and Fulton area.
Right.
I did mention I stayed in Baltimore before, right?
Yeah.
Or did I let people know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent like a year and a half.
Oh, you getting your
down there.
Baltimore? You put
you
your
getting-
Baltimore
you
card
No, I'm
down
just
right
saying,
now.
just so they know, I got family out there.
You went to school there?
I went to school. I went to MLK. I was down there for like a year and a half, almost maybe 2 years. That's when I had a dirt bike out there. My finger, the chain broke and chopped. My fucking finger was bent the fuck over, chopped the fuck off. That shit happened in Baltimore. I was in the hospital for like 6-7 months. So I'll never forget that. And my Aunt Betty, she stayed on Buena Vista over there by, what's the mall? Mondawmin Mall. We stayed over there. And my mother was up in New York doing some shit. Rest in peace to my mom. But she was up here. And my aunt is the only reason they put my finger back on because she signed for that shit.
Dang.
So I always thank my Aunt Betty for that.
What you stuck your finger in this?
Nah, the chain popped and the shit. When the chain popped, the shit slapped on with a fucking
What a handlebar grip at.
and fucking fucked my finger up.
Dang.
Yeah, that's
So
bad.
that's why I don't fuck with bikes without chain guards. Like when I look at niggas with the Banshee,
The chain
Yeah,
guard?
it got
chain
a
guard?
chain guard and stuff on
yeah,
there.
that shit broke my finger all the way the fuck off, yo. So when I look at a Banshee without a chain guard, I be like, that shit, they don't understand. If that shit pop,
Yeah.
that shit is gonna literally whip into their back and fuck them up.
Most of the bikes is designed now, they come with it. So
Yeah.
the chain guard, it'll swing around and it'll crack the motor.
Yeah, it's like the way they got that plate.
Yeah,
If it pop,
it'll pop, it'll
yeah,
just
it's gonna
swing,
hit the thing.
and it'll hit
But
the
these
motor.
dudes who put them bikes together,
They be taking them off and then they don't put them back
and
on.
I be looking like Kyle was showing me a joint. I was like, boy, that shit ain't got no chain guard. Boy, that shit'll kill you.
So what happened with your incident? You had that on the 250. You was battling Al?
Nah, it was more. You know what we was about? We was talking shit. You know,
Al talk shit.
Yeah, and you know we love that though. You know, it's always friendly competition. But at that time, I was riding a double R, and you know I was going X's on the highway, taking all the curves. I was
Taking
slow
the
wheeling.
curves?
I was doing everything.
Okay.
Two
What you call
people
it
on the
with
joint.
suits? Kirk had
with
the
You know what I'm
suit.
saying?
The whole suit.
And I got when I did go down that one time, I was like, yo, you know what? A dude told me to put the leather suit on.
Trying to put
And
him in a suit.
let me tell you though, let me tell you what I learned from it. The one time I did go down on the highway with that leather suit on and I got the fuck up, I was trying, you know, when you fall, you're always trying to look
You
to
looking
see
for
what the fuck is,
injury
yeah,
at.
where am I
Right,
fucked up
right,
at?
right.
What did I fuck up, right? And I just remember getting up doing that shit with the gloves on, and I was looking at everything, and I just had burnt a shirt, even with when the knee was, the little shit burnt, but it was metal right there.
Right.
So I'm looking like, oh shit, like
this shit works.
I'm like straight. Like ain't nothing fucked up. I
You
did a
start
little
rocking
burn.
suits
I
after
burnt the
that?
glove. The glove had metal right on the palm part.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like, yo, I don't give a fuck how hot it is.
You rocking the suit?
I'm staying in the suit. Nigga. I got the fuck up, got back on the bike, and we kept it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what made me start wearing the leather suit. But I was riding the motor. I was riding the Double R going crazy, and I was riding the Banshee going crazy. And I always felt like Al was just on a 125 dirt bike, and I was like, I feel like it's time for me to challenge,
You know
the
who?
legend.
The legend himself.
Yeah, I was like, come on, I got to challenge the legend. Come on. So we were talking shit one day, and I was like, you know, Al, nigga, you out your fucking mind. You think you're going to beat me.
Right.
So everybody looking, we just, you know, we having fun shit. I was like, so what we going to do? I mean, first person to drop the wheel is the loser. What we doing? How we going to bet the bet? So that was it. First person to drop the wheel is the loser. And we was only coming from 45th and St. Nick, which, what is that, about 20-some blocks? Which ain't shit.
145th to where? To 125th?
To 117th. We got hit on 100. We got hit on 122nd with a precinct at.
Damn.
With that little short block that bitch ran the light.
right.
So we was just going to my block. But remember, you had to take all curve. We had to take every curve. This shit ain't nothing to people now, but niggas wasn't turning that back then.
It
It was just a wheelie,
away.
up, down. You had to stop. You had to stop for all, slow your bike down, stop for the lights, take all curves, do all that shit. Whoever dropped the wheel is the loser. So, and I'm on a 250, so I'm thinking I'm super lit. You know, my shit could be great to go down to 250. You could
Yeah, it's coming back
that
up.
shit coming right back up. You know, at 125, you let that shit go down too low, it's over.
Right.
So I really had I had the advantage anyway. So we were just going and going and going. We had got to 122nd, and this white lady in front of the police was standing outside. The bitch ran the light, bam. And all I do is remember my face hitting that ground. The shit lit up. Like everything was like, just went white. And Al was like, oh shit. When I got up, right, I was like, what? He was like, your face. So I went to the lady car. You know, he got no mirror. So the bitch who hit me, she was screaming. And I just remember mushing her out the way to look at the mirror. And my shit was ripped open. You could see my teeth through my lip. My fucking bone was hanging out my chin, and my shit was open right here. And then, you know, you go, like, I always like when I fall, my body go through some shit where I start sweating, I get hot, and I feel like I'm a faint. So we was on 122nd, so I just said, okay, come on. We picked the bikes up. I was like, let's just get to my block because I can go to the hospital. I jumped on the bike real quick, and we ran to 117th Street. And I just, right from there, when I got there, I probably started sweating. And you know how your body go, you know, y'all fell. Shit go through so you go through that shit where you about to either pass out or, by then I was already at 117th and they took me straight to the hospital. And, you know, I was in there. Al came to the hospital with me too. We was in there. And I was ready to go. They gave me something. They were scrubbing the dirt out, doing all that shit with the red shit. You know, they got they got to get all the shit out and shit. I'm sitting there like, and my lip is swelling up because the shit was swelling up. They stitched my chin, and they had all type of IVs and shit in me and shit, giving me medication and shit. And Al was still laughing. He's like, yo, that shit right there. He was pointing at the shit like, yo, I don't know about that shit right there, right? So when they came in, they was gonna try to stitch my shit right here. He was like, it's too swollen. We're gonna have to let that heal on its own. Right. The shit you could see through my tooth. So when he told me they had stitched my chin, they said I got to heal on my own, so they was going to admit me to the room upstairs. Yo, I was like, yo, man, they ain't about to stitch this shit, so what I'm sitting here ain't nothing broke. I took the CAT. We waited for I had to get a CAT scan because I had hit my head. Right. So once they looked at the CAT scan and seen my head was all right, shit, me and Al started unplugging all the IVs. What? Me and Al took the shit out. We took all the shit out, we taped the shit up, and we left. But I couldn't even eat. You know, I remember. Is that the time you bought your kegs up here on the back behind your van? I had the keg. I had my double R's. I had my double R. I remember on the van. I had the double R, and I had the GX11. What was it? GSXR 1100. Right. The red and white joint. So I had those and the bike. And the next day, I was out there. I wanted to show Donnell I knew how to do mad blocks now. No, I rode. I did it fucked up. You know, Nell, you had to get approval from Nell. So I wanted to show Donnell because Donnell was the one who, you know, Donnell had the sweetest style. He used to throw that shit up and look to the side. He used to look to the side, and he used to just be going he was just going so not fast and not slow. He had a speed that he just had So I just wanted to show him I had all that shit under my belt, standing up, just kicking it to the side and doing all the shit. And I rode it that day, but I couldn't wait to get home because I just remember I had to try to suck rice through my mouth. Like I was hungry and my jaw went open. So I used to be like, and just try to swallow the shit. So that moment right there was like, yo, man, that shit slowed me down on the bikes. That one incident. That hurt. That was like the last hurt that really made me say, yeah, what the fuck am I doing this to myself for? You know what I'm saying? But so you've been putting in like work and stuff like that. So I don't like getting hurt like that though. That shit really hurt. Look, I want to switch gears real quick. I want to say something, right? Just off, because I put up a post about best drivers. I know this is a Bike Life show. I already know who those are. So let me ask you this question. You can say your top. Right. Let me hear your top. I had a list of the top drivers. Yeah. Car drivers. Wayne was on my list. I'm not saying it because he's here. I've been in the car with some of the top drivers. You was on the list. Could you drive better than Arleek? I'm gonna say this. You had a mean reverse game. I'm gonna say this. Arleek was good at things. So I don't want to say. This what I give Arleek. Arleek is good at running from the police. But I feel like we always great drivers. But I mean, I was definitely the best backup driver, hands down. I'm talking about full speed and reverse. The cars that don't slow the fuck down. Tone was a good driver too. Little Tone was a good ass driver. No, Tone, big tall Tone. Little Tone was a good driver too. Tone not a good driver? Tone, was a good driver, but we was all
Little
good
Tone
drivers.
was
Junior
reckless.
Black was a good driver.
But I think Arleek was epic.
Arleek was better at running from the police.
Your boy nice though. I've been in a situation with your boy. He gets busy.
I need to see that. I believe it.
Hey.
I see how you ride. Don't tell
Damn,
him.
he just
I said, yo.
he said he just wanted to see it like he wanted.
I might have a play for you.
Look at his face.
Shit, I need to see it. We might need to put something together. But do I feel like I was a better driver? I'm not gonna say I was a better driver. Ali was wild. Even when I had a lot of, it was a point where I didn't even need to do the shit we used to do growing up.
Okay.
But I had got so used to doing the dumb shit. I would come to New York and still get in the car with Ali to go do the dumb shit we used to do.
Right.
Because
Just
I fucking
GP.
missed the
Right,
shit
right,
so
right.
bad.
The
And
adrenaline.
then we in the middle of the chase, coming across the fucking bridge from Jersey and got to go through a toll. I used to be like, why the fuck did I get in this car?
You like the adrenaline rush.
You know what I'm saying? So we used to do a lot of dumb shit, but Ali was definitely we was all good drivers. I mean, but if I had to say, if I'm getting chased, who would I want to be in the car with that I know I'm getting the wheel? I'm giving it to Ali. We getting away.
What was your worst chase on the dirt bike?
My worst chase, following Shaheed.
SS Metalworks to everybody
The
else.
worst, that's my dude, but that was the worst shit I could have
What
ever did. I usually, and I always followed, I always followed, it was me, you, Al, Junior Black. We always stayed with the same pack, but for
Right.
some reason,
Junior would kick the car.
yeah, we would go to the precinct, open the door, ride the bike up into the precinct and do a donut and come back out, or nigga go up there.
Well, y'all was asking for it.
Oh yeah, we go open the police door and Black would tell the motherfucking nigga, suck my dick.
There
Yeah,
was
y'all
no
was at-
panic.
We
in
would
that.
wait.
Yeah,
We
right.
was sitting right there with the bikes, waiting for them to come chase us.
Right.
Like we was bored, right?
Yeah.
But the one day my stupid ass followed,
Shaheed.
we called him Sweets at that point.
He was Sweep at the time.
Yeah,
man.
Sweet.
Now he's Shaheed.
So
Oh, for real?
Yeah, his name was Sweep.
yeah. So we was uptown. What's the shit they called it? Like the diplomats, where they used remember the diplomat signs up on 181st, where the Puerto Ricans at. You know the diplomat spot up there. You don't remember that?
Up there on 181st.
Diplomatic parking, over there where the diplomat
yeah,
shit
I got you.
was.
I got understand
that shit looked like the
Yeah.
police and shit was
Basically
over
where
there.
people had diplomatic immunity.
Yeah,
and
so
politicians
we
like
was
that.
up there, and I followed the nigga on a I ain't never really went up there like so. I followed him, and he took me down a dead end street. Now I'm on a Banshee.
You didn't know?
Yo, that's my point. I never did this before, so I followed him right. The cop car was on our ass so bad you could hear the fucking. The engine used to be like, how a car used to be the old days. The shit be like, choo, woo, like stuff. So I could hear the fucking engine coming. Like, why is this motherfucker so close to us? So he trying to kill us. We
It was
going
Secret
down.
Service?
I don't. It was them police where you don't belong in the neighborhood. Like this is our shit. The fuck, get this shit from over here. We going down the block. I'm looking. I'm like, is that a cul-de-sac? Is this motherfucking street about to end? This car is coming so fast. It ain't nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a circle at the end. And they coming full throttle. So the car wasn't even trying to stop itself. So you knew he was going to hit something. When they got down to the end of the street, the cop did some shit and the car spent out. So while the car was, when it spent out, the dust and shit flew up. So it's the little brick wall where you got to get over that shit to get to the 181st Street Bridge. I'm on the Banshee, so the wall is high. So I'm taking the Banshee, I'm lifting my shit up to put the front on, then I'm trying to get the shit pushed. I'm scraping the bottom and I pushed the back over. Once I got the shit over that wall, I didn't panic, but I could have got off the bike and ran, but I was like, I ain't leaving my shit. So I got the shit over the wall, and then the cop car was like on the other side. I knew they could only run, they can't get the car over there, so it was back to chill. But that was like the scariest shit because that was the one time they could have hit us because they didn't care. They was like, we taking somebody out, and I felt like you got that I'll never follow you in the chase rule again. I talked about that shit forever. Like I would never follow you again
now
because
he all the way Muslim.
He probably
Right.
find that shit funny now.
Yeah.
that was the one time that I was like, I talk about that shit to this day. Like you almost got me killed. He's like, then he probably like, but you followed me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Like, I ain't tell you follow me.
Yeah, it's like that was the craziest one for me. Other than that, I mean, we never really panicked during chases. We had fun. Like when they chasing us, we didn't put a lot of energy in high speed. We go up the block, take a right, a left, and come on the sidewalk and go back the other way. Or we
No
sit.
panic buttons in the era.
We used to really wait. Like,
No
what
panic
y'all want to
button.
do? You know what I'm
No
saying?
panic. But Junior Blacks definitely used to kick the cars.
Yeah,
so you
we
already
didn't
know.
never really have to
Yeah,
run.
He was
bugging.
pushing it. He was pushing it.
Now he was bored.
Yeah, he was going
Rest in
inside
peace,
the
Black.
precinct.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yo, he was so hot, nigga. When they see the motherfucker in the car, they used to chase him.
He was on fire.
They wanted him that bad. Like he driving his car, they chasing him. He had a 4-door Nova. Yo, he ran that
a Nova.
Yo, he ran no matter what.
Nah, he was off the chain.
Yo, he ran no matter what. Junior Black blew engines.
I
You
think
gave
Junior
Junior Black
Black-
your bike, he blowing your engine.
I think Junior Black had like in the newspaper like the most suspended license in the state of New York or some crazy
Yeah.
shit like that. He really did. He was off the chain with it.
Yeah,
So
this
Kirk,
shit was crazy.
I'm gonna switch gears. Culture, from where we come from, our era, to what the fuck is going on now. Paint it.
I mean, I love what I see. I love it. I mean, I feel like we need, like my real opinion is I feel like it's the greatest sport I've ever seen. The talent is amazing, you know, and I really feel great. And I say this for me, I really feel great about I feel like I'm one of the pioneers because being in New York, doing what we did when we did it, it was epic. It was, you know, just even to back it up. And this is me just keeping it 100. We was the little dudes coming up. Of course, it was the big guys in the city was Alpo, Rich Porter, AZ. It was like Donnell was in there. Who else was like? What was it? It was Nappy Red around at that time. Who else? I'm leaving a couple of people out.
Wop and them had bikes.
Who?
Doo-Wop had bikes.
Shane.
Shane had bikes, yeah.
It was like Shane. Of course, it was Doo-Wop in them uptown, and it was Cruz, right? But I felt like we was the next young gunners. We was in that slot. Everybody knew who we were. We were like rappers back then because of the bikes and who we were connected with. But the greatest part I always say, yo, I was telling, like I was having a conversation. I was like, yo, when the niggas used to pull out the bikes, we were the young niggas and we got to ride with certain people as these little kids. Just think about that. Like that's like Jay-Z riding right now.
With us.
And
Right.
really coming and grab us, and we was the only ones that could ride with them at that
Right.
point in time. We were really a special group.
That's how I felt about
Yeah.
like riding with Nell. Like when
It
I
was
guess,
really
dudes
special.
Like, when Poe and them, like you were saying, when I heard you talk about the other day, like when he brought his bikes out, it was like, yo, Alpo's out, yo. Hopefully we could go take a ride. You know,
Yeah.
He ain't had no pack. He was just when he came out, it was showtime in Harlem.
And for him, I mean, I felt like, shit, Al would hit us, yo, Poe gonna ride. I think he had the Quadzilla.
He's the first one.
Yeah,
with
he had the
quad racing.
Quadzilla.
The first
I
one.
remember that
Yeah.
Quadzilla.
Yeah.
So when he was like, for us to be able to ride and kick it with him on that level, it was real cool because, you know, he was the man at that point in time. He was definitely, you know, Rich was. It was a movement. So when I see the whole, you know, all this shit going on too, I was like, the cool shit I love about it is we really grew up in the era being taught by these guys. You know, even with my pops doing what he doing, getting his money, you know how my brother move, and
Right,
you know is that. But there still was something about that, you know, like when Poe would pull up on the block with the briefcase, I seen Kevin clear out his whole briefcase, take all his money gambling with the shit, CeeLo with the 4. What's the 3 dice?
4, 5. I mean, CeeLo.
Yeah. So Kev would love to gamble with him, but those moments then I feel like they were special moments to the bike culture, you know, and those are memories I really adore. But you know, Harlem got to a crazy place. For me, I mean, I think we started seeing a lot of shit, like how you saying how Baltimore got a lot of murders going on. We was in a real crazy place at that time. And when certain people kept dropping off, for me, that's one of the reasons why, you know, why I left. I feel like too many people dying. So for me, I'm like, this ain't for me no more, man. You know, I'm caught up in this shit here and this shit going around in here. And it's just like, this ain't a lot. That ain't, you know, and then I can only think about when I go to Savannah in Atlanta. It's like one day is like 3 days. It's like everything we did. We would get up in the morning, sometime and didn't get to wash. We would say, I'm gonna brush my teeth and I'm gonna come back and take a shower. Nigga, we would never make it back home until the end of the night. And it's like, it was a fast-paced life. But I appreciate it because it made me, like Harlem made me who I am now. Like everything, that's why I love cars. Everybody be like, yo, you in these cars, and look what I grew up around. Dude, how old was I with my first car? Fucking 14, 15? Al with his shit and I mean,
I drove all y'all shit.
Yeah, we had, like literally, like I grew up having shit at a young age.
I couldn't wait for them niggas to wake up late.
So,
I was taking them niggas keys, rope chains, everything. I was out.
And I feel like it's just in my blood. I got raised by. I mean, my pops was always a big Willie type dude. I just got raised by that shit and fell in love with it. So I think I'm very thankful to be here now and could do it legitly, 25, 30 years later, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this question, and Wayne can piggyback off this. Mm-hmm. When we rode dirt bikes in that era, right? Mm-hmm. Was we fly? Did we get dressed up, or did we just wear regular motorcycle shit? Because them niggas in his city be having on whole outfits.
No, we just rolled. We didn't get fly unless we were going out
but
to
them niggas be having on outfits.
No, we wasn't doing that. We didn't do that. We wasn't doing that. We just was. It was a privilege to have a bike, bro. Like on some real shit. I just remember. You know what I remember? I remember squeegeeing windows.
Y'all was squeegee
96th
boys.
Street. That like we had grown dudes try to take our squeegee spot. We was making so much money on 96th Street. Niggas used to try to take our shit.
They go through that down my way now.
Yo,
with the squeegees.
Listen,
They be the squeegee boys.
Yeah, they
we
be,
was
they be
killing
beefing
it, right?
They be beefing on them corners about that.
They was trying to take that shit from us. But we would take our money, and every week we would go put $100 on our bike at Cameron. It was Cameron on 59th.
Cameron.
So we would go lay the bike away. You remember
how cheap the bikes was?
It was
$1,000.
$1,000. It was $1,000.
It was $1,000.
Now you walk in the dealer, you be like,
it was $1,000.
$8,900.
Do you know how it felt to get to? I only owe $300 more. Nigga, I'm about to be out 3 weeks. I'm about to be with y'all niggas in 3 weeks. And I was looking at the picture on the dirt. I always was the last one to get my shit because I would let it was Big Tone and Little Tone. I would let them get their shit first.
Right.
By the time it took me to get my shit be the newer one because I got mine last.
Right.
But I was like, you know what? That's even when I had the Elite. Everybody had their 150s and shit. By the time I got mine, it was a 250 with the Kenwood.
250 Elite was
the 250
fire.
Elite, the highway legal joint. By the time I got it, it was everybody had 150s. I had the highway legal, but it's because I waited last, so I got lucky.
Them
so
things was heavy as shit.
Yo, and
They
they
was
wheelie.
fast, though.
Yeah.
These shit's wheelie. So that's used to do 109 on the highway. You duck down.
Yep. Duck down by
This shit do 109. I
said
remember
you
this shit
duck down.
just like a T.
Had the Scott goggles on.
Yo,
with it.
I love that joint. And we used to ride them shits to Six Flags, Great Adventure. It's Six Flags in Atlanta, but it was called Great Adventure. It's grade A out here.
Yeah.
So we used to ride all the way down the highway, go to Great Adventure.
Looking like a new edition.
Yeah, we was doing, but think about this. We was some young ass kids.
Nah,
yo.
the era was different.
It was
The
different.
era was young and it was fast.
It was different.
So look, Kirk, check this out, because this gets spicy around this time. Mm-hmm. That boy over there from Baltimore, we from New York. The biggest controversy, because we had Al Capone up here, right? Mm-hmm. So this was a big one. The Mecca, New York City, and them dudes. Wayne goes, we kicked the door in. And you probably
The
watched
whole
it.
thing with Mecca, Dirt Bike Capital.
Dirt Bike Capital in Mecca. Now, I just want to know your take on it. What do you think?
What you mean by Mecca?
Right, we was the Mecca, like
Okay, the foundation.
We were foundation,
Right.
and they called themselves the capital. Now, my opinion always was like, okay, we was riding dirt bikes, but I felt like Baltimore raised the bar in style and with a whole bunch of shit. So I just want your opinion.
You dead
being out of
on with it.
Harlem.
I mean, straight you dead on with it. I feel like definitely foundation, the Mecca, the branding of it. But I mean, dude, listen. I Instagram watch Baltimore. That script where they go up and down this way and that way with all the people up in the grass and over on the side in the gas station, little shit. I watched when that shit was first emerging. I sat back and watched that shit. I started showing that shit to everybody. I was like, yo, them motherfuckers in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. I didn't know nobody at that point in time. I just knew Baltimore was coming with some shit I hadn't seen before. And I was just looking and learning the faces and looking. And I started hitting you. I was sending you
like,
videos.
yo, yeah, you was like,
look at this shit.
I was amazed.
The fuck is that? So I was looking at it, and I respect what they doing for it, because guess what? We was at a place, and I don't think we elevated it anymore. Like the most amazing shit we seen was Al Capone at that point in time. Mm-hmm. Literally, like
everybody
Al was
mimicked
turning
Al's style.
Yeah. I mean, the way he rolled, turning the handlebars, wigging, kick one leg out foot. I mean, he just had.
You can say it, bitch ass
Yeah,
nigga.
I'm not even gonna say
But
that.
no,
about
but that was the
That's all
most
we know
amazing
is
shit we
that.
had
I'm
seen
not saying
at that point in time. But that was years and years and years ago. And guess what? I'm thankful for them, the legends, because that motherfucker ride, it was a legend. When you come out, when we came out, But when you got Al out there with it, it was special.
It was special.
It was special, you know, and those are like things I grab.
And
but
the ride with Wink was even more special.
Oh man, Wink was a fool, yo.
Right.
Everybody, yo, Wink was a fool. Come with the suit, with the tie, with the shoes on,
Right.
blowing. Yeah, yo, sitting in the smoke was so crazy. So
Feet
just
on the pegs.
Yo, just to see that, you know, and Wink was a special guy. Wink was a special guy.
He was already in character all the time.
Wink was a special guy. But to even just to do that, what we did, it was amazing. But to see Baltimore elevated, man, hats off. I you know, man, is a great thing, you know. And guess what? Like, we got a bike life family culture. It's like I don't even know what I would say without it, because it's like the style now is everywhere. You know, you land in the city, y'all do something new, they picking it up. You know what I'm saying? That's just where we at now. You know,
Man, this generation, they don't stay at a standstill very long.
Nah, bro.
Once you adapt to it right here, tomorrow's here.
Yo,
And they just keep
going.
elevating. And you like these kids, they fearless.
It's crazy. And I look at the bike culture and I be like, what the fuck are you gonna do next? Like, what's left?
Yeah.
Sit backwards.
Every time you say what's next, somebody come with a video and you be like, I'd have never thought of that.
I'm like, what's next? I can't. I don't understand. Like, you know, and it's nice to see, man. And I swear, man, I want to be here to see this shit on national TV with our skin color ruling the charts, making the money, making the most money, getting the biggest sponsors. Because I truly think we truly deserve it. I'm definitely gonna help if I can. I'm definitely. That's why we here, because I feel like, you know, we got the best talent on bikes. We have the best talent on bikes. When we do this shit, we Jordan this shit. We motherfucking Mike Tyson it, Floyd Mayweather. Like, we're the best there is on these bikes. You know, it's like rap. It was ours and they took it. And what I see is the bikes, it's our culture doing this shit, and I know that people will come in and take it. So I want to make sure, I just pray and hope that they, you know, we kind of in the Black Lives Matter phase, and black people starting to get a little bit of they just do in some cases, and not enough. I guess they giving a little fucking whatever. But I do feel like the bike culture is old a whole lot, because it's in one way saving the young kids as a race. Is in another way is making a lot of people put down the guns and become a family. You know, the bike life culture is worldwide at this point. I feel like it brings the biggest bonds we ever seen. And you know, again, like I said, man, I got a lot. I know I feel like I ain't.
You called me the other day. You was like, "Where Charlie at?
Yo,
tell him to come see me right now."
I feel like I know everybody. Like, I don't know why.
Tell
but it's
Shamal
like,
I'm hiring him.
Yo,
like, he
nigga,
went on a whole spree. Like, tell Shamal he got a job.
Yo, you coming with me? Yo, you doing
No,
what?
he said, "Yo, he coming with me." Yeah,
I mean, even with Wayne, I was like, "Yo, I can't get a bike up here." Just, you know, Wayne was like, "What, man? Hold on, just call Shamar." And then shit, I'm kidding Shamar like, "Yo, I need to try." He was like, "Shit, I'm ready. I'm about to get in the shower." We ain't got them kind of people left. Yeah. And I told Kai this shit. I said,
drive 15 hours.
Yo, listen, but I told my son, I said, listen, the people that we gonna have to get to help us do the shit we trying to do on the, you know how I be on the next level shit. I said, they gonna have to come from out of town. Because these motherfuckers in Atlanta too stuck up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They too spoiled. It's like, so I really love the, like, everybody who I've been rocking with since day one, I still rock with. Like, you know, I'm not a real adapt taking a lot of people, but when I see good shit, you know, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Well, Kirk, we love these lighters.
Mm-hmm. Want a shot?
Want a shot?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Good on shot.
Look, before you live here, you know Harlem Champagne. Because since you back in Harlem, you can get some Harlem Champagne.
Stop saying back. I ain't never left.
I don't know, you left for a while. How about that? Them boys, this is
I was working on the bag, y'all. I was working on the bag.
But how fly is this, though, Harlem?
That's dope.
Is that dope?
I didn't even know that said that. Okay, that's dope.
That's dope. You take that with you. But look, Kirk.
All right.
Wait, what we gonna do? We'll set them on fire?
We'll set them on fire.
Set them on fire.
Flames.
Blow it out.
There you go.
Flames.
Take over, Wayne.
How much trouble did you get in with Rashida when your ass got locked up on that slingshot? Because I know she probably she fried your ass. And don't lie.
And don't lie,
Don't
Kirk,
lie.
I will call Rashida phone.
We
I'm
know
gonna
she
tell you.
fried
Be
your
honest, because
The honest shit. The trouble I got in was she was blowing my phone up and I wasn't calling her back. So she like, oh, what the fuck is he doing? He like, this motherfucker ain't called me back, nigga. It was like 5, 6, 7 hours later. So then she started getting worried because she was like, nah, all right, this shit went too far. So the next, and when I remember finally getting to the point where I could make the call, and she was like, motherfucker, it better had been this. You know what I'm saying? So it was hot. She was real spicy at that moment in time. But what the fuck happened? And I was telling her what happened. I'm like, my stupid ass tried to be legit, ride with the pack. I try to have a plate and the insurance and all that shit. The cop try to pull bikes over. Bike niggas like, get the fuck away from me, get on. So when they came to whoop, 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 pull over, I'm like, I'm legit. I ain't doing shit.
Bullshit.
I pull over because I ain't doing shit.
Right.
It was, you going to jail. For what? It was so fucked up that everybody in Atlanta on Boulevard started throwing shit at the police cars, trying to bust the windows out. They was like, you bitch ass cops locking them up. He legit. So niggas was riding for me.
On the motorcycles, they used to call that the "you was with them" tickets.
Yo,
like if everybody and you pull over,
that's what it was.
All of their tickets were ran.
And the crazy part, I was really riding with the Harleys. There was some Harleys with, it was like some of my friends were on the bike, so I was just on the slingshot. The slingshot had just came out. It was looking like it was like a little baby Ferrari when it first hit though. Right. But listen, first slingshot, people was like. But they was like, what the fuck is that? When I ain't talking about now, the shit is trash.
Yeah.
But when it first came out, wasn't you intrigued? Like, what is that?
No, I never liked
it. We was intrigued by the T-Rex more than that.
But that was a different. But I was like, what is this? So I bought the shit based on it being fly, looking like some little exotic shit. So it was trash. You couldn't do no wheelies. You couldn't do nothing. So it wasn't that.
It was a convertible.
Okay, but speaking of wheelies and being that you on a hot seat. Who you want that smoke with in that bike life? On that Banshee?
Nobody knew. The new dudes is too crazy. But if I had to battle somebody Banshee wise, I don't know, man. I'll battle Safari. I'll battle. No, look, four wheelers. I would like because me and Safari gonna ride anyway.
Safari 4-stroke lazy.
Safari 4-stroke lazy. You can't get in Safari right now.
I'm talking about all my shit be friendly competition. On the Banshee, I like Safari. I like he riding the 4-wheeler. We could ride. We could have some fun, and I definitely would. I mean, it's got to be something that's fun. So I even fucking with like, what you call him? Who riding this shit now?
Uzi.
Nah, Uzi doing so. What up? Not Uzi. Uzi doing a little something too. He on a 4-stroke though, right?
Yeah, he on a 4-stroke.
He on a 4-stroke.
He was on the Banshee. He jumped on the Banshee. He jumped on.
Uzi like he riding, yo.
He.
I mean, I ain't really got no. You know what? I gotta dust my cobwebs off.
So you're just gonna go at Safari. He knew the boy about.
Nah, but it ain't a battle. I'm just saying I'm a ride. I don't even really want to battle nobody on the Banshee.
All right,
it's not
battle,
like
Kirk, then, because you're gonna start this crap, man. Egg battle, then.
Egg battle.
Two people that you would go. I mean, you really rocks the Banshee. If it came
down
to
it, it could
be anything.
I battle. If long as it ain't one of these new dudes, I battle anybody, but not a new dude. Not none of these young kids. 30 and up, holla at me.
Okay.
30 and up.
30 and up, holla at me. I ain't messing with none of the young dudes.
That's fair enough.
They don't like they got a lot. I don't know if they got a lot to live for the way they be sipping through traffic.
Some of them 30 and up ones don't have nothing to live for either.
I can't fuck with them. I love what they doing, but I'm not that reckless.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and to be honest with you, they really got a lot. They got a lot of time and they dope as fuck. So
that's cool.
Anybody 30 and up, they can get it.
All right, well.
That's anybody 30 and up can get it.
That's cool.
Was that clear enough?
That's clear enough.
That's clear.
Right.
Okay.
So listen, anything you want to leave us with before you go? Because you know you probably got a Learjet outside or something.
Nah, man, I'm still this.
Lies. Kirk don't start. But you know what though? Hold on. I got a surprise. Kai, come here, Kai. Because Kai texts me something.
You be acting like because I be working all this. I got a working life,
We're not going for that. You text me. You said, "Come over here, Kai. Come over here. Let's just do this easy." Mm-hmm. Yo, Unc, yo, Wayne. I got something I want to say.
You gotta come to the mic.
When you said you was coming on here, when you said you was coming on here, I was like, I got something for everybody because everybody, y'all always ask that. You always be like, where you want to see the culture go?
No.
At work?
Okay, no,
Where
yeah.
you be like, where you want to see the culture go? Where you want to see the culture go? And people be like, I want to see this. This is a sport. It's big and all that. And I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
Speak up now.
We all black, and I ain't trying to say this in no funny way, because you know the world funny right now, black stuff, Black Lives Matter, all that. You only really seeing people that's not our skin color taking off on the bike. But everybody waiting, we need a park, we need this. Everybody be talking all that. We battling for this money. Everybody got money. Everybody got this. How about we all put our money together and let's go get something right now? Because I don't got to use my daddy money. I'm going to use my money, and we can all put our money together and we can get somewhere for all of us to ride, because everybody want to bet and battle this and do that. Oh, I got 40,000. I got 10,000. And then when it come time to pay up for the bet, niggas is crying and calling their mom or doing whatever.
And that's why we
put your
created,
money up. It don't even
created
matter. Money in pocket, whatever.
That's why we created
Let's
the
do
egg
something.
battles, because
But we had to
they don't
create-
be really having the money.
They don't really. But if you talking like you got that money or you doing this, put your money up and let's go get somewhere for all of us to ride, and we don't got to worry about it. Because either we can all do it together, or I'm going to be the first one to do it, because we ain't waiting on no corporation, no people to do it and waiting for no X Games. Because realistically, if we waiting on some people that don't even like us and is killing us, that shit ain't even going to happen. So
With that being said,
Malcolm X has just
yo, enough said. You know
That's it.
what?
That was it.
I, Kai, you know me when I say it, I do it. You know me, I don't fuck around. Snacks.
We should have set his
We
ass
should have
on
set
fire.
his ass
Yeah.
on fire, because he, you know what? So after that,
He set that mic on fire.
Wait,
I'm in.
Set that
And
mic
my
on
dad
fire.
acting like he don't want to battle nobody. I'll put him in eggs on the Banshee.
Uh-oh.
oh.
Turn the cameras
All right,
off.
turn the cameras off.
Negative.
All right, Kirk, get out of here. See y'all later, man. Thank you, man.
Definitely appreciate y'all having me on Let's Take a Ride, man. Shout out to Wayne. Shout out to Shay. Man, I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do a little more. Shout out to Outrageous Bullies. Shout out to the Harlem Champagne. Man, shout out to Billy and Ralphie for the amazing tequila. The shit tastes amazing.
I know this bike life, I know what this life like. I'm flipping that throttle, streets got me feeling like Mike. Right, I'm talking A5 and Cherry Hill. For years they heard about the stories and we legends still. Let's take a ride from my side to your side. Let's take this worldwide. Let's take a ride. Ooh, let's take a ride. Oh, this for Willie Wayne and this for Shay. Let's take a ride. Ooh, let's take a ride.